I'm loving the look of your rubbish.
How do you make money for nothing?
Don't throw that away yet.
The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
You can't be throwing these away. They look fantastic.
That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I'm a passionate buyer, maker and user of old stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I make new stuff out of old stuff and I sell it for a profit.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers.
Got a little something for you.
Oh, Sarah.
She can transform her finds into desirable,
Those are amazing.
valuable,
Oh, I love them.
Good.
and let's hope, saleable items.
It's literally giving me goosebumps.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
My goodness, that's absolutely wonderful.
Welcome to the Witley Recycling Centre, where the good people of Surrey come to discard their once cherished possessions and some right old rubbish. Sorting out the trash from the tip treasure is Sarah.
Ooh, hello. I'm looking for little gems. These are handy.
Sarah has special permission to roam the recycling centre, looking for 3 members of the public who are unaware their trunk full of junk is actually a boot full of loot. But she's got to be quick. Once it's in the skip, it's gone for good.
Well, that one got away, but there's plenty more out there, so I'm off to get it.
Amongst the trash chuckers today is Jill, who, with the help of her grandson Josh, has been clearing out her home as she prepares to move house.
Hello there.
Hello.
Wow. Isn't it beautiful?
50-odd years old.
And,
I'm downsizing, so it has to go.
oh yeah, don't throw it away, don't throw it away. That looks in lovely condition. You've really looked after it, haven't you? So did you have that from you?
Yes.
What year do you think you bought that?
64.
64.
Yes.
Fantastic.
It's not bad at all, but it's got to go.
The dressing table had pride of place in Jill's bedroom for over 50 years. Sadly, Sarah was too late to save the mirror that sat on top, but there's still time for the dresser.
Well, I love the handles. That and the legs make it really stylish, don't they? Can I have it?
You can take it. You're more than welcome.
Well, I might need a hand. Come on then, let's see what you're made of.
Sarah's snaffled up her first item.
Reassuringly heavy.
What does Jill think she'll do with it?
I really can't see it being changed much. Be interested to see what comes of it. It's over 50 years old, so it'd be nice if something is made of it.
Jill's happy, and so is Sarah. She's chuffed with the retro styling of the dressing table.
Cute little legs, sweet little handles, but big potential. I know exactly who to take it to.
Let's meet the maker Sarah's got in mind. Rupert Blanchard has skills to pay the bills. He's a master of his craft with a flair for the unexpected. But his designs are no flights of fancy. They're functional and in high demand.
I try to develop my own style, so my personality comes through in my work. I'm most proud of a piece when I've got a piece of furniture back in someone's home that they wouldn't even give space in their shed for. I want to make the unloved loved again.
This dressing table is going to get some sweet loving from Rupert. Sarah's got 2 more items to find before the tip shuts up shop.
Oh, is that time? Better get on.
Peter is helping clear out his father-in-law's garage. Has he got any goodies in there?
Hello there. Have you been breaking up your furniture?
Oh, yes.
What was it?
That was a chair.
OK. I'm looking for exciting things in people's rubbish.
Yeah.
And I'm looking in here and I'm thinking, They look quite cool.
They do, don't they?
I'm a bit of a vintage hoarder, and I think there's something so famous about a windbreak. It's so old-fashioned, isn't it?
Yes.
The old-fashioned fun of a trip to the seaside with a bucket and spade, picnic basket and a windbreaker to keep the sand from blowing onto the jam sandwiches. This one is missing its fabric windshield though.
I would love to have a go at trying to use those bits, and I see you've got some other... What were they for?
We don't know. Father-in-law used to go down and buy stuff and just put it inside his garage, and that was it.
I love that quality.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just didn't bother to use it, just stack it up in there.
So you've got the problem of clearing it all out.
So I've got a problem now to clean everything out of the garage.
And a bonus bundle there.
Yeah.
Would it be right to take that all back
Certainly,
away?
yeah.
Now, I really
If
don't
you
know
use it.
what I'm going to do with it, but I would love to have a go at doing something.
Yeah.
Right. Brilliant. Well, thank you for your help.
Sarah seems pretty happy with her great big bundle of sticks. Any idea what she'll make with them, Peter?
I ain't got a clue what she would do with them, quite honestly, you know.
Me neither, mate.
She can do something with them, make something out of all of it. That'd be super.
Well, you might well ask, what am I going to do with this lot? And it's a good question, because I have no idea.
She does, however, know a couple of young lads who are full of them. Josh Kennard teamed up with best mate Ollie Milne to start their own business as makers of handcrafted furniture and sculptures from natural and recycled materials.
I think our style is pretty contemporary, but I think we really like natural raw materials, and we kind of combine those with clean, crisp design.
I think the main thing that we really love doing is just starting on something new, just having the freedom to design something and then see it through to a finished product.
Sarah's got not one, but 3 bundles of joy for Josh and Ollie. She's sorted out her artisans. Now Sarah has to find an item that she can transform.
Just eyeing up your rubbish.
Perhaps there's a little something in Catherine's trailer.
Oh, I like the look of your rubbish. What are you up to?
Well, I'm downsizing in houses, and I live on a farm, so there's lots of space, so I've got to get rid of it.
I'm loving the look of it. Is that going in?
This is this actually was the dress, or the remains of the dress that my grandmother was presented at court in.
So do you know when that would be? Can you pluck a figure
Well,
out?
my mother was born in 1910, so I would imagine it would be right at the end of the 19th century.
I'm well and truly gobsmacked. This dress was worn in the presence of Queen Victoria. Yeah, the actual Queen Victoria. Blimey. Oops, better mind my P's and Q's.
That's a sleeve.
They're beautiful. Obviously,
They're lovely.
If it'd be all right to rescue that before it gets thrown away, can I come and find you and show you what's happened to it?
Yes.
If there's something to be done.
Yes.
Well, I think it's beautiful. I can't wait to get it home and spread it out and just see how it looks. So I will be back in touch, but that is lovely. Thank you so much.
Okay.
That's beautiful. Bye-bye.
Let me know.
Sarah's gone and got herself a little piece of history.
Well, at that time, young ladies when they became about 18, they were presented at court, and then they had become of age, and then they went to grand balls to meet a future husband, possibly.
These days, all you need to do is swipe right to meet a prospective Prince Charming. How times have changed.
Well, it's a beautiful piece of lace. In fact, I think it might be a petticoat to the dress. It's got some lovely detailing on it, beautiful beadwork. Condition isn't great, but I couldn't let it slip into a skip, so I will make it into something that gives it a new lease of life because I think it's charming.
It's been a right royal day out at the dump. Sarah has successfully found her 3 items. Rupert will work his makeover magic on the dressing table. Josh and Ollie will get to grips with the sticks, while Sarah will transform the lace dress.
Well, I have had a fantastic time finding things, but now the hard work really begins. I've got to transform them from that pile of rubbish into little money makers.
Away from the golden sands of Margate's waterfront, hidden amongst a plethora of vintage and retro boutiques and craft shops, is the workshop of designer, maker and collector of old drawers, Rupert. Where better to bring this old dressing table?
I'm looking forward to Sarah turning up today. I'm hoping she's going to bring me something that's going to be a bit of a challenge, something that everyone's given up on, give it a lot of love and get it back in pride of place in someone's home.
Come and see.
OK, what have you got? Oh, Sarah.
Just get it inside. You're going to love it.
OK.
I thought Rupert would be overjoyed with the dressing table. You never can tell with these creative types.
It's got nice legs.
It's got beautiful legs. That's about it, though. This is a dressing table base.
Yes. No mirror, sorry.
But dressing tables are notoriously really hard to sell.
That's why I brought it to you, because I think this is right for total redesign. I was thinking maybe stack it up to make a tall boy, perch it on those legs in a smaller silhouette so it's got some depth and some style, something like that.
OK, well, as you know, I love building sideboards. People love sideboards. I'm going to make you a Frankenstein sideboard.
Right, I have got no idea what that means.
I'm imagining a hideous creation constructed from the cast-aside odds and ends Rupert hoards in his laboratory. Sorry, workshop.
It's going to have a few extra elements, just like Frankenstein, a few extra parts, a bit of tweaking, a bit of electricity put into it, a bit of life. And, yeah, I'm going to make you something with a sort of a vintage retro nod, but it's going to be modern.
I cannot imagine what it's going to look like. Can you put a cost on creating Frankenstein's monster?
Oh, well, I'm going to have some fun with this, but there's a lot of work here. I think it's got to be $250.
Fine, I've no idea what I'm committing to, but the language is making me excited, so 250 quid, just try and make it saleable, all right?
Leave it with me, you'll get a gem.
Can't ask for more than that. See you soon.
What have I done?
I'm not sure even Rupert knows how this is going to end up. He's the mad scientist of sideboards.
Oh, well, that went well, didn't it? I've just commissioned a monster. This one could be really scary.
This is an odd one. I'm kind of excited and kind of worried about this. I don't like dressing tables. I do like sideboards. I'm not quite sure what I've committed to with this.
With a modest budget of £250, let's hope Rupert's Frankenstein furniture turns out to be monstrously good, rather than a horror show. Here in the peaceful surrounds of Chichester in West Sussex, in the hive of creativity that is Josh and Ollie's workshop. Are they excited to see what Sarah's got in store for them?
Yeah, we're looking forward to Sarah's arrival.
We're ready to...
She's usually got something interesting, hasn't she? So, ready for a challenge.
At the tip, Sarah was smitten with these sticks, but she had no idea what to do with them.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
Since then, the old noggin's been hard at it, and at last, she has a plan.
I reckon they've got huge potential. What do you think?
Yeah, I reckon we can do something good with those.
You can do anything with it. So that's a good starting point.
That is exactly what I thought. I think that something lovely could be made out of this lot. I was thinking we're in the heart of Sussex. How about making a lovely turned spindle Sussex chair out of it? Kind of William Morris style, arts and crafts, beautiful, useful piece of furniture.
Yeah.
Out of that.
To summarise Sarah's plan, she wants a really fancy, ornate armchair made out of these sticks. I'm not sensing much enthusiasm from Josh and Ollie for this idea.
Have you ever made a chair?
We're in the process at the moment of designing a couple of chairs.
Okay.
But as of yet, no.
Are they tricky?
Yeah, I know that they are tricky.
So what if we were to make a bench instead?
Maybe there's not so many joints and armrests and all
Okay.
sorts going on.
So
It
does
could be just made a bit simpler.
any design process, what do you reckon you do with it?
Maybe if it was like a mid-century-ish kind of design where you've got the simple legs and then a simple little back support where we use the spokes.
Right.
So it's just a much simpler design.
Sarah's good to go with that idea, but what about the budget?
What kind of price are you thinking about?
600?
Can you get any nearer to 500?
Well, why don't we say 550?
For that to be a bench. It's going to be a cracker, is it?
Cool.
Good luck.
Great. Nice one.
I'm excited. Well, I think that went really well. A load of old poles into a beautiful bench. Can't wait to see that transformation.
Sarah's happy, the lads are happy. I think this is going to be one of those jobs where everything just goes swimmingly. Oh no, they've got woodworm.
Look at it, it's all over the place.
So what exactly does this mean?
Well, we might make the whole bench, and then when the customer sits down on it, it all falls apart. And then we'll be sued.
Forge will be no more.
It's probably the end of money for nothing, to be fair.
If the lads fail to fix the woodworm issue and make the bench within their £550 budget, this could be a cataclysmic disaster of career-ending proportions. Sarah has dropped off the sticks and the dressing table. Now she's returned to her home in rural Sussex to begin transforming her own item. The lace dress. It may be rather tatty, but it's still delightful.
So lovely to have a close look at this dress because it is so wonderfully made. It's hand stitched, it's the finest fabric, and in its time it would have been so expensive and really beautiful. But it's a sad, sad thing now. But there are some details left in it that I think can be saved. There's lovely beading, beautiful lace. I want to make something out of it that really honours it, something that somebody can cherish. So I've decided to go for wedding garters.
Oh my.
It's going to be brilliant, isn't it?
Well now, a garter is an item of ladies' underwear worn on the upper thigh. A wedding tradition dictates that the garter is removed by the groom and thrown to his groomsmen to denote who among the group will marry next.
First thing to do is to trim off the fabric that I want and give it a wash. So I'm just going to snip all around this first line of lace here.
It's not often Sarah is cutting up antique lace. Better be careful.
Here we go.
Lace has long been a treasured decorative element for fashion. Cherished for its delicate workmanship, it has been worn as an adornment since the 15th century, when it would have been handmade.
This gown goes back several generations, and back then, when you came of age and you were deemed old enough to be sensible to go out, you were presented at court. So all the aristocracy would have turned up, and then they were officially available to marry and to go to balls and to have fun. And pretty much the only kind of occasion where we pay that much attention to how we look is when we get married. So I'm hoping that this is an ideal thing to make out of such a pretty old gown.
Frilly bits trimmed off, it's time for a bath.
So now I'm going to give it a really gentle wash. I've got hand washing suds. I want to get rid of any dirt, but make sure I don't harm the fabric. Oh my word, it feels like it's going to disintegrate completely. It is the finest silk fabric. Got to be so gentle with it. It's really bad, I can feel it falling apart.
This is most definitely one of those oh no moments.
I think we could safely say you wouldn't want to wear that on your wedding day at the moment.
You know what they say, something borrowed, something blue, something that looks like it should be flushed down the loo. So far, Sarah's spent £18 attempting to make what she hopes will be cherished wedding day mementos. Hidden away in a shadowy corner of Margate is Rupert's workshop, where he plans to resurrect this dressing table as a modern monster mash-up style sideboard.
promised Sarah a Frankenstein sideboard, and by that I mean it's going to be the accumulation of bits. So I'm going to bolt on a couple of new bits, just like Frankenstein's head, and new wheels, just like some spare body parts.
Be warned, viewers, this could get gruesome. Rupert's devilish plan is not for the faint of heart.
I'm going to start by stripping off all the fancy bits, the legs and the back strip, kind of unnecessary bits in my design.
The idea is to drill, saw and hammer until there's nothing left of the dressing table but the bare bones of the carcass.
I draw everything I do in a sketchbook, but until you've really got your hands on it, you don't know if it's the right scale, if it's the right decision. And I'm glad I've got this piece on the floor now, it's stripped down, and I'm actually going to sort of draw around it and try and work out the proportions of this piece. I'm going to add a sort of block onto the end of this. And then a bigger piece on the other end, a big cupboard, a bookcase, a storage piece. Something much bigger, I think.
Not only will the dressing table be given side extensions, Rupert will also add a set of wheels.
I managed to salvage some old wheelie bin wheels, which I think are going to be perfect for this. This is going to be, yeah, this will be great.
To make the side extensions, Rupert is using oriented strand board, a rough and ready timber made of wood fragments combined and compressed with glue. It's cheap and cheerful, but strong and sturdy.
I'm using OSB because it's quite a different product. It's normally used in the building trade, but I want to use it for domestic purposes. But yeah, I like to use it. It's got good, interesting texture to it. I'm really pleased with progress so far. This is definitely one of the longest, lowest cabinets I've ever built. I think Sarah's going to love it. She might not quite love what I'm doing next with it because I've decided I'm going to go all out on the Frankenstein look, and the colour is going to be quite special.
I've got a feeling this transformation will either be fiendishly clever or devilishly daft. Sorry, I don't know what came over me there. Last time we saw Josh and Ollie, they were predicting that these woodworm-infested sticks would bring about an apocalyptic catastrophe.
Yeah, so after all, we just lopped a bit of wood off with the woodworm and the rest was totally fine.
Well, that's all sorted then. Ollie has been doodling up some designs for the bench, combining the wooden poles with a big old rustic slab of wood for the seat and backrest. And Josh has a favourite bit of timber that he's been saving for a special project.
This is Sycamore. I think it was a Ripley bit of Sycamore as well, if I remember. So it's got lots of little, like, it looks like it's rippled when you cut it flat. So when it's all polished up, it's really beautiful.
Highlighting the characteristics of natural materials like the ripply wood is one of the reasons that Josh and Ollie's work is so captivating. Josh is using the machine room table saw to cut the Sycamore to the correct size for the cosy two-seater.
You can see the ripples just there in the wood. You get it in the right light.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I think it's like stresses in the wood, kind of like buckles the fibres. So then when you cut it flat, it's all kind of like ripply.
It's like a wood-coloured zebra. The table saw isn't the only cool bit of kit in the machine room. This is the thicknesser. Josh will use it to cut the wood precisely to the exact height he specifies.
Because it's ripply, if you put it through the machine too fast, then it will sometimes rip the grain. But if you do it slow enough, then it should cut it quite nicely.
Josh needs to get this spot on, or this lovely slice of sycamore is wasted, and we do not like waste.
That for a bit of wood. It's looking lovely. Have a look at this, Milne.
Nice. Beauty. There's ripples.
Yeah, lovely.
There's no doubt about it. Josh's Ripley wood is a big hit.
I think we can start planning out the spindles now.
While Josh was cutting the seat to size, Ollie was cutting the wooden poles to connect the seat to the backrest. But these best buddies can't agree on the number.
10's good.
10 is good.
Like, even is what you want.
What's wrong with an odd number?
Sometimes you want odd, sometimes you want even, I think.
Who's to say?
OK, well, I like it. I like it with this.
Well, I might like it with 11.
OK, that's fine.
Let's have a look with 11.
Or you could cut the tension with a hammer and chisel.
I want 10 spokes.
But with an odd number, you get a spoke bang in the middle then.
An even number for the spokes feels right.
These wooden poles were almost the end of money for nothing. Now they could rip apart this creative duo and their beautiful friendship. To find out which looks right, the boys are having a little test. First up is Ollie's 10.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
What are you going to say?
It's too many.
Now, I didn't see that coming.
Let alone 11.
Yeah.
At least the boys are back in agreement. While our artisans tackle their design dilemmas, Sarah is applying the finishing touches to her garters.
I'm just trying to make them look their best. Little press. They're certainly pretty.
This lacy garment was once worn to meet Queen Victoria, but was destined for the dump before Sarah saved it. Sarah's made 10 frilly and fabulous wedding garters. She trimmed the reusable lace and beads from the dress and combined them with blue silk ribbon. She added hand-sewn floral motifs stitched with a technique called love knots. Oh, isn't that sweet? Sarah wanted her transformation to honour the history of the dress and be cherished as it once was. With these garters, I think she's done just that.
Well, that's 10 garters made and I have loved making them. I'm really pleased. They're all different, but I'm hoping if I take some good pictures of them, I might be able to get a shop who's interested in buying all of them. So let's go and see if I can get them sold.
Sarah really can turn up some surprises at the recycling centre. Just like this trailer full of trash brought by Catherine.
This is the remains of the dress that my grandmother was presented at court in.
There was no way material girl Sarah was going to let that hit the skip. Sarah put the lace garters up for sale on her social media accounts, and all were sold. Now she's in Surrey with a pocket full of profit to show Catherine what became of the lace dress.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello there, lovely to see you again. Oh, who's this? Hello.
This is Willow.
Hello, Willow. Well, I said I'd come and find you if there was something to be done with the dress, which I think belonged to your grandmother.
Yes.
So I took it away and had a good look at it, and
I can't think what you did with it.
did you wonder? Yes. Well, it was something that I worked on, and I thought it was just beautiful material, but it was quite fragile, so I had to choose carefully which projects it would be suitable for. And actually, I love doing it. And I hope you like what happened, but your dress was turned into wedding garters.
Oh, my goodness, look at those.
So all that lovely beadwork that was on it and those frills and that lace were just perfect for reclaiming. So we made quite a few of those. What do you think?
I'm speechless. They are beautiful.
Do you think your grandmother would approve?
Very much so, very much so. Because she was a great seamstress and loved sewing.
I actually shared those pictures on social media and we got a lot of interest and they all sold. So I've got some profit for you as well.
Isn't that amazing?
So I have got £154 here for you, for your dress.
Oh, I'll have to give it to charity, I think.
Do you have anything in mind that you might send it to?
I'd like to give it to Cherry Trees. Do you know Cherry Trees?
No.
It's a respite home.
Fantastic. Well, it was lovely to see you again.
Oh, I think what you've done, because I couldn't imagine a bit of material, vintage material, what you could do.
Oh, well, I loved working on it, so lovely to see you.
Well
and
done.
Bye, Willow.
Well
Bye-bye.
done. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sarah spent £18 making 10 garters. She sold them for a total of £172, giving Catherine £154 to donate to a charity supporting children with a range of disabilities. Sarah's back in Margate to bear witness to the rebirth of Rupert's gruesomely green sideboard.
Well, I left Rupert with that sweet, cherished, lovely little dressing table, and he started talking about monsters, so goodness knows what I'm going to pick up.
Be prepared to be scared by the Frankenstein sideboard. This sideboard looks like a bolted-together mashup of leftover bits and bobs, which is just what Rupert intended. The smooth brown veneer of the dressing table clashes with the rough texture of the OSB timber and the garish glossy green. The wheelie bin wheels look just as Rupert wanted, out of place in a piece of home furnishing. It's a monster, all right, but what will Sarah make of the radical reinvention?
Rupert?
Hey, Sarah, come in.
Rupert. What have you done to it?
Don't you like it?
I know, I love it. I'm just imagining the woman who dropped it off at the tip. I'm imagining her face when she sees her dressing table. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's unusual.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd one. I obviously ran with the thing of Frankenstein's monster, but it's actually become one of my monsters because it's one of the longest sideboards I've ever made. And I personally saw it as, yeah, it was kind of an okay dressing table, but I didn't see it as a sellable piece. And now, hopefully, it's going to be used in someone's living room, maybe a lamp on it, maybe a massive TV on it, whatever. And voila, there you go.
It is a shockingly inspiring piece of design. It is great. You know, it's got a sense of humour, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I hope that it's kind of like all things that I do, it's kind of got a nod to the original piece, but it's got some bright, modern sort of intervention going on.
Yeah, that is one clever sandwich. I mean, to be honest, it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. There have been some people around who would have given that a lovely bit of chalk paint, but this is a bright, interesting thing, isn't it?
Yeah, if I had a big enough living room, I might consider buying this myself.
So it's a monster piece. Does it have a monstrous budget attached?
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to scare you with this one, Sarah. This came in on budget.
So 250 quid?
250, and it's yours.
Ready to wheel out? That is a bargain. I'm going to tell you when it sells, where it's gone, so you can just enjoy hearing the end of the story and what our lovely friend from the tip says when she sees it.
Excellent. Can't wait to see where it ends up.
That's brilliant, thank you.
Sarah's been won over by Rupert's unique vision.
That was a bit odd. I couldn't tell when Sarah came in if she liked that or not, but yeah, she does like it. I love it. I just hope she can find a suitable new home for this now.
It certainly looks very different from when Sarah picked it up at the dump. It was being chucked by Jill and her grandson Josh.
Wow, that's fantastic. That looks in lovely condition.
It had been Jill's dressing table for over 50 years, and while she was happy Sarah saved it, she had no idea what she was going to do with it.
I really can't see it being changed much. Be interested to see what comes of it.
The dressing table felt the full force of Rupert's one-of-a-kind restyling. And it was sold to Adorable Tots, a shop for all things kid-related in Rochdale. Director Conrad is pleased with his unique purchase.
I guess what really attracted me to it was just the green. We have several items, especially a series of car seats that we're doing, and not too dissimilar green. So I just thought it would work really, really well in the showroom.
When Jill first met Sarah, she was downsizing. Now Sarah's at Jill's new home in Hampshire to show her what became of her dressing table.
Hello, Sarah. How nice to see you again.
Hello. Hello, Josh. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
So, new home, all settled?
Yes, I absolutely love it here. I've been here a few months now, and it's much smaller than my other place, and I really love it, and I've settled in with everybody.
Oh, that's such good news. So I ended up with the dressing table because it wasn't going to be fitting in here. Did you have any thoughts about how it would be updated?
No, I couldn't see any way of doing anything with it, but knowing the guys that work with you, it would never surprise me what's happened to it.
Well, this might be more up your street, Josh, than yours, Jill. It went to Margate to lovely Rupert Blanchard, who is a fantastic upcycler, and just to give you a hint about what it might look like, he christened it Frankenstein. Are you ready?
Okay, I think so.
It now looks like this.
Wow, it's huge.
He has made it into a huge sideboard on wheels with all sorts of extra storage.
It's absolutely amazing, and the wheels are so huge.
Is that anything like you expected?
No.
Well,
Not at all.
that's hopefully a surprise that's not too shocking.
No, not at all. I think he's made a super job of it.
And it has been sold to a company in Rochdale who supplies children's rooms. So it's going to be played with. It's going to get another 30, 40 years of use out of it. And there's a little bit of profit to share with you.
Wonderful.
In fact, I've got £50 here for you for your sideboard. So that's for you.
That's lovely. Thank you very much. I think that might be lunch in the pub.
I hope you have a lovely lunch.
Thank you very much.
And I hope you don't mind about Frankenstein.
I think that's wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm really surprised what's happened to it, and I do watch the programmes, and I think Rupert's work is absolutely amazing.
Lovely. Well, I'll tell him how enthusiastic you were about it, and I hope you have a really lovely lunch.
Thank you very much.
Thanks ever so much.
Thanks, Sarah,
Bye-bye.
very much.
Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Sarah spent £250 on Rupert's redesign of Jill's dressing table. Sarah sold it for £300, turning a profit of £50, which will pay for a slap-up meal at the local pub for Josh and his gran. That's 2 successful upcycling stories so far for Sarah. Time to see if Josh and Ollie can help make that a hat-trick.
Wow, listen to that, it's all going on. But I'm here to pick up my old dowling and my broken windbreak. I left the boys with a massive budget, so I hope they've nailed it.
From a simple set of sticks, great ideas were born. Have the boys managed to create the beautiful bench Sarah's hoping for? Yes, they have. It's a sleek and stylish two-seater that combines the simple lines of contemporary furniture design while highlighting the rustic quality of their materials. The boys have made a feature of the natural contours of the tree trunk on the front edge and have finished the seat in a clear oil to allow the pale colour of the sycamore to contrast with the matte black finish of the spokes. And as for how many there are, well, the lads compromised on 9, which to me looks exactly the right number.
Hello.
Wow, you've given that some edge, haven't you?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right now. I think you've done an amazing job, haven't you?
Thank you.
Nice, so go on then, talk me through it. Very crispy back and a bit of winy edge going on at the front.
Yeah, that's right.
Bit of celebration of the natural wood?
Yeah, it kept its natural shape.
So Sycamore, it's got a cracking finish, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, in this particular bit of wood you get... So this feature is called rippling.
Okay.
So it's like a defect in the tree, really. And when you cut it flat, the light catches it in different ways and you get that kind of ripply look to it.
It's really lively, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shimmery. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's a pretty sought-after feature of wood.
OK, so had you had that bit for a while then?
Yeah, that's been in the wood stores for a little while, so saving it for the right piece.
And you thought you'd put it with that dowling and a broken-up windbreak. It was a brave move.
We had faith. And yeah, we charred the spokes that you gave us and just thought that black and white contrast was the right thing to do.
It's very crisp, isn't it? Because what you've done is fabulous, isn't it?
Thank you.
Sarah's chuffed to bits with it. But what about that hefty budget she mentioned? Have the boys kept to their agreed £550?
How are you doing on budget?
Well, I think we always knew we wanted to do something that was going to be like a really nice high-end piece of furniture. So we've done that, but we're happy to leave it as the price that we agreed,
Okay.
so that hopefully you should make a good profit.
That's fantastic. A really good, crisp piece of design. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be back to pick it up soon. Bye.
See ya.
For Josh and Ollie, it's been an upcycling success story.
We haven't really done anything like this before either, have we? So it was nice to kind of push our boundaries a little bit in that sense. And yeah, I will be sad to see that bit of wood go though, because it is a beauty.
And then, yeah, hopefully you'll find someone who appreciates that.
Yeah.
Peter was about to sling these sticks into the trash when Sarah saved them.
They look quite cool.
He had no idea what Sarah would do with the bundle.
She can do something with them, make something out of all of it. That'd be super.
Super almost seems an understatement for Josh and Ollie's handiwork. Now Sarah's on her way to Peter's home in Surrey to show him what became of the bundle of sticks.
Hello, Peter.
Hello there.
Hi there, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, thank you.
Nice to see you again.
You too.
So, I saw you at the recycling centre helping clear out some of your late father-in-law's stuff, is that right?
That's right, yes. He used to buy it, put it up in his garage and just left it there, you know, so...
Well, I really wanted to have a go at doing something with those big chunks of dowling that we took away.
Yep.
So I actually took them to great fine furniture makers who are based down near Goodwood. And they have done something with the main sections of that dowling. I've got some pictures here to show you. What would you have made out of it?
I don't really know, quite honestly, you know, what I would have made out of it, you know, so...
Yeah, well, I gave them free rein to have a go at making something, and they went down the designer route. So here, in its new incarnation, is the dowling.
Oh,
They
that's
used
nice.
it to make the back of a bench. They've gone for Japanese styling on it, a really crisp edge to it, and made the legs and the back out of that dowling.
Oh,
What do you think of that?
that's good. That's very good, you know.
Do you think your father-in-law would have approved?
I think he would have done, yes.
Well, it has been put to good use. It's a fine piece of furniture. It cost over £500 to have it made, but it has got a beautiful finish, a really good, strong look. I haven't sold it yet.
No.
Big ticket items like that take longer to sell, but I'm hanging out for a good price for it. So as soon as it's sold, I'll be back in touch, and there'll hopefully be a little bit of profit coming your way as well.
That'd be good.
Then hopefully you'll have some reward for all that hard work that you were doing at the tip. But thank you so much. Lovely to catch up today. And yeah, I'll be back in touch. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you very much. Bye-bye.
Sarah spent £550 transforming the sticks into a stylish seat. She hasn't found a buyer yet, but as soon as she does, the profit will be making its way to Peter. Sarah saved 3 unwanted items from the skip, and now, rather than ending up in a landfill site, they've been given a new lease of life.
Well, it's hard work revamping rubbish, but it definitely pays off. Josh, Ollie and Rupert took items that were on the brink of being binned and turned them into beautiful, functional pieces. Brilliant.